should the Chicago Bears draft with the number 9 overall pick? So let's talk about this, people. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL, here to talk about the Chicago Bears, and here to talk about not the number 1 pick, but the number 9 pick and what they should do. So if you guys are fans of the Bears and you guys like the content, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so a ton of videos every single day for you guys. Here we go. At number 9, what should they do? And this is all going to be predicated on what happens at number 1. But I'm not going to be talking about the number 1 pick because I feel like that's all we've been talking about. Not to say the videos will stop on that, but you know, let's take a break here and talk about the number 9 overall pick. But it is predicated on 1. So let's go with the first scenario of the Bears just straight up taking Caleb Williams at number 1. Okay? That's the first scenario, and then we'll talk about the other one after. So if the Bears take Caleb Williams at number 1, what should they do at number 9? At 9, to me, I'm very kind of clear on kind of the way the Bears should go about this. If one of the 3 top receivers falls to you, you take him at 9. Those 3 receivers, Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze. If one of those 3 guys falls to you at 9, you take them. Plain and simple. Those are 3 wide receiver ones. There's a clear gap, I believe, though, between MHJ, Marvin Harrison Jr., and the other 2 guys. But I would be happy with all 3 of them. I'd be ecstatic with Marvin, but I'd be happy with all 3 of them. All right? So very clear. One of those guys lasts to you till 9. Go ahead and snag them up. Now you have a bona fide wide receiver 2 with potential certainly to be a wide receiver 1 next to a DJ Moore. If one of those 3 receivers are gone, then I want to go after an edge rusher. Okay? And, you know, depending on the mock drafts you look at, there's like 3 top edge rushers in this draft. It's not a great edge rusher draft, but they are the 3 top ones. And that's Dallas Turner from Alabama, Jared Verse from Florida State, and Latu from UCLA. So between those 3 guys, that's what I would look at. I certainly think all 3 won't be taken by the time the Bears pick at number 9. At most, one of those guys will probably be taken, so you'll end up with the other ones. All right? But in the off chance that also happens, then I would trade down. Okay? I am not drafting other positions at 9. All right? And that includes the tight end position, which I know some people have linked the Bears to take Brock Bowers, the top tight end in this draft. No way in heck I'm taking Brock. Not a shot at him at all. It's a complete positional thing. I think he's going to be a stud, but it's a positional thing. We don't need a tight end. Cole Kmet is solid. Yes, are there tight ends better than him? Yeah, absolutely. But we don't need a tight end more than we need a receiver, a wide receiver 2 at this point. Cole Kmet is very solid. I'm happy with Cole. And, you know, I think he's going to be here for a while. So, to me, I'm not spending that capital, that high draft capital on Brock Bowers. I'm just not doing it. So, no thanks on that. Thanks, but no thanks on that. And then, you know, you take a look at the other spots. Yeah, we need a center, but I'm not taking a center that early. Could you go with the secondary? Sure. But I think Jalen Johnson gets extended, and, you know, you got Tyreek Stevenson coming out strong. Yeah, of course you go after safety, but that's too early for safety. So you get what I'm saying here. 2 things are happening. Positional decisions and kind of where you're drafting at. So to me, if it's not a receiver and if it's not an edge, I'm trading down and I'm grabbing more picks. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Bears at number 9. So essentially it's Caleb Williams, and then you grab one of the receivers. If they're not there, grab one of the edge rushers. If they're not there, then you trade down. My guess is there's a, 50% chance one of the top 3 receivers are left you at 9. And I think there's a very good chance you end up with one of the 3 edge rushers. And then the trade down, obviously, that's the backup to the backup. Now, that's the first scenario if the Bears take Caleb Williams at number 1. If the Bears trade the number 1 pick, all right, and stick with Justin Fields, then to me it's very clear, because if you trade the number 1 pick, I believe it is going to be in the top 5. I don't think the Bears want to come down too far when trading down for number 1. So in that event, it's very clear to me, draft MHJ, Marvin Harrison Jr. Get your stud receiver. for Justin Fields with DJ Moore and Marvin Harrison Jr., oh my goodness, that is going to be a sight to see for Bears fans. And then once you've got your receiver, now you can just go after an edge rusher or trade down at that spot. You don't have to take a receiver at 9. And most likely what will happen is they probably take a receiver and then they probably trade down. Because like I said, the edge rusher class isn't extremely strong. And you could address edge rusher in free agency. Danielle Hunter is a guy out there that certainly you could go ahead and grab. I think he'll be very available. And there's other guys in free agency, Josh Allen, Brian Burns, you get the point. So to me, that's what you do in that scenario. So that's kind of how the Bears options stack up when it comes to the draft and at number 9. The domino effect everyone's waiting on is what happens at number 1. But after we decide or we find out what happens at 1, I think it's very clear what the options are for the Bears. So let's see what happens. But man, my dream scenario is Caleb at 1, and then we go ahead and we take one of the receivers. Probably Roma Dunze falls to us at 9. That's the dream scenario with Caleb at 1. If it's sticking with Justin and trading the pick, then it's Marvin Harrison Jr. obviously staying in the top 5 and us snagging him up. So let me know what you guys think, man. Do you like the options? Do you not? Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks.